So another question that I think people often ponder is how do you decide or what questions should you ask yourself and your partner before first moving in with them or second getting married to them? Because I often think we don't ask the tough questions ahead of time. And I thought maybe a good way to look at this was in chapter 4, you have the non-negotiables versus preference exercise. I thought maybe that could be a tool that people could use, but I'd like to get your perspective on it.
That's a hard question
Yeah.
because people don't sit there with a checklist asking questions.
Yeah.
They just do it and then figure it out on the way. For me, I think it's less about asking her questions and more about asking myself questions, right? Can you live with this person? Why are you investing in
Exactly
this?
as they are, right?
Yeah. Are you trying to change this person?
Yeah.
Can you accept this person as they are,
Yeah.
right? Relationships are about compromise, not compromise of self. What are you willing to compromise? So the questions would be more toward to me, not to her.
Yeah, I like that reframe, John. I also think that even the non-negotiables and preferences list, I mean, as an exercise is still more about you. And it's totally fine for you to have a non-negotiables list. We all should. It's a sign of healthy boundaries, really. There are the obvious ones, like there shouldn't be physical violence, there shouldn't be emotional abuse, things like that, that we should all ideally have on our non-negotiables list. But also, especially in the process of dating and growing and changing, if you were to do this exercise, John, when you were in your 20s before you'd gotten married, I'm sure that list would look entirely different, most likely. Maybe some of the non-negotiables, but then when you were in your 40s and on your single journey again. And that's okay. These are like living, breathing lists. But I do think that if we do the work of understanding self well enough to know what those non-negotiables and preferences are, then when we decide that this is somebody I want to commit to, we have to hold ourselves accountable. Okay, there's great chemistry and I'm in love with this person and they knock my socks off, but they have 3 of my big non-negotiables very prevalent. Okay, well, are you holding yourself accountable to the list that you made for yourself? Or are you allowing chemistry and passion to blind you from what you have already established is very important? So I think it is, to your point, John, it's about self. It's about questioning what's important to you and then holding yourself accountable for it.
In my 20s, I would have only asked myself one question, and that is she hot?
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's most people in their 20s probably.
I still ask that, but there's also 15 other questions. Like, can she scratch your back? Not like with a broken sprinkler. This is how she used to scratch my back in the beginning. Now it's great. Now it's amazing. Thorough. I love it. Yeah.
I've learned.